start the recording. Okay, I think we're live. I think we're recording. So, welcome everyone, both player and watcher alike. This is our very first playtest for the Fire Emblem rule set that I've come up with. Just a few things, both for the viewers and my players. As this is a playtest, there are going to be things which are broken or things that need adjustment, and that's great. That's the whole point of a playtest, is to figure out what works, what doesn't. I've pretty much eyeballed everything, and I've done paper math, and I think most things will work. But if we find out, 2 turns in, that magic is all levels of broken, then that's fine. We'll work with that. So open and honest feedback is crucial here, both as viewers and as players. That said, I do want to say a couple things about the character sheets we're using. So the system itself is heavily based on Modiphius's Star Trek Adventures role-playing game. If you are new to me as a GM and a streamer, then congratulations. You now have over something like 40 hours. No, longer than that. 3 times 40. You have over 200 hours of... No, more than that. 400 hours of Star Trek role-playing you can go listen to on my channel. The point being, I know Star Trek Adventures really well, and that's where the basis of this system comes from. And because of that, we are using the Star Trek Adventures sheets in Roll20. Now, most of that's all well and good, but there are 2 very specific things which aren't going to show up right on the overlay. That being that offense and defense are not going to be as they are on the overlay. Offense will be represented by security, and defense will be represented by engineering. We do this because, as far as I'm aware, there's no real way to change the sheets on our end. But, I figure the sheets do most of the work we need done for them, so we're going to use them. What else did I have to say before we started? Yeah, we are going to be running the little adventure I wrote in the back of the PDF, and it has changed a little bit and will be up to date for the 1.01 release of these rules. So, players, don't feel bad about having read the adventure if you have already. In fact, I sort of encourage for everybody's first time through that as long as you're not adverse to spoilers, that players, you give a look at the back of the adventure and get a feel for what's ahead of you. But that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, players, I do have a little bit of a monologue. And after the monologue, I'm just going to go to each one of you in turn. I'm going to ask your name. I'm going to ask what your general character idea is, what you've created. And then if you feel like giving us a few physical descriptors, awesome. If not, no big deal. What's really important is knowing your name and sort of what weapon you use. But let's go ahead and get started. So, if you all will imagine that you are asleep or you are otherwise unconscious, and you begin to stir and you feel this cool, pleasant breeze that wafts across your face as you start to become more aware of your surroundings. And as you open your eyes, you're greeted by the sight of a cloudless blue sky. And looking around, you notice that you're in the middle of some rolling hills that are covered in ankle-high, violet grass that stretches as far as the eye can see. And you also see that there are several other people waking up around you. So I've gone ahead and I've just used Fire Emblem sprites for this. But feel free to imagine other than what I'm throwing on screen. But let's go ahead and let's start with the very first person in Discord, which happens to be Shizno. So Shizno, or Crowley, would you care to introduce your character and tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, I am draped in what looks to be loose hanging cloth. It has a bit of a vine mixed to with it as well. Very earthy colors. It has a very odd-shaped hat. It covers most of his face, and you see this big, scraggly beard. It looks patchy, dirty. And as he slowly wakes up, he grips his staff and slowly helps himself up, and it's a twisted branch type staff. A bunch of little vines running through it. It's green on some side with some moss and a little fungus there, and he grabs it and starts to eat it. He's looking around at everyone, this old face, and goes like, "Hello?
All right.
Hello?"
And up next, we have Soup. Soup, if you could tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, my character immediately jumps up and looks around, rather worried, ears flicking about, as very, very obvious to everyone in the group that I am not exactly human. I'm covered in animal furs, not really strung together really well, but enough to be a serviceable armor. I stand about 6'5", and very suspiciously just eye the guy who's eating the grass. My character's eye color can be easily seen as a very, very deep yellowish orange, hair about shoulder height, and very disheveled, and a very, very well muscled
Okay.
creature.
What type of shapeshifter are you, just so we can complete the picture in our minds?
Specifically, wolf kind.
Okay, good to know. Up next, we have Spencer.
Yeah, so kind of very slowly sitting up, you see kind of like red, very tight, like red shirt with pieced together leather. It's not very put together leather armor, but it's there. And wearing kind of like semi baggy pants and with this uh black bow strung over his back. Kind of young looking, maybe in his late teenage years, and has very long, about like middle of the back length brown hair that's kind of tied off into a ponytail.
All right, very good. And then finally, we have Cybot.
Okay, while everyone else is getting up, you guys like hear, oh no, oh no, and look over and you see this guy wearing basically like royal blue robes. He has kind of a short, kind of buzz cut ginger hair with freckles all over his face, and he's covered. He has like all these kind of like fancy like necklaces and bracelets on, and he's just patting everything, making sure everything's there. He's like and checking. He pulls out a book, and you just see just like, oh thank God. Like, and he's like gripping the book tightly as he just looks around at everyone else, and just confused look goes over his face as he looks over everyone else and just stares at the guy eating grass.
All right, well, all of you see each other, as has been described, and you do have a few moments to yourselves, so what would you like to do?
I'm looking for more grass to nibble on and get a sense of the lay of the land. What can I tell what the grass I'm chewing on?
Well, there's two ways you can go about this. You can either do a reason medicine to determine the medicinal properties of the grass, if there are any, or you can roll something like a reason science to study the plains and figure out where you are. Really just depends what you're going after in terms of information.
Could botany come into play?
I would say botany would definitely come into play.
Excellent.
All right, let's see what our first roll turns out to be. All right, so this is good. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to give you guys momentum. Give me 2 seconds to add that. But basically, for those unaware, he has rolled 3 successes, and this was only a difficulty 1 task. Therefore, he gains 2 momentum. So if you give me just a couple seconds to throw in some momentum. What you're going to learn as I get all this in is that you are able to tell that this grass is indigenous to the Violet Hills region. And you can probably guess that the name of Violet Hills is quite literally because the hills are violet. It is said specifically to you that such plant life has restorative properties, but something that occurs to you specifically is that everyone has been drugged with sleepweed, and as the name suggests, this plant causes a temporary coma-like state when ingested. And it's usually used during medical care to sedate a patient, but can definitely knock someone out for quite a while depending on how much is consumed.
Oh, I remember having this in my medicinal party last night. Oh. Hello,
While,
folks.
while that's happening, I want to take like a quick look at the lay of the land and see if there's anybody else that I might need to be worried about.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a reason con or an insight con. Either would apply here.
Would healthy paranoia come in as a focus?
I would say that would definitely come in as a focus.
Okay.
Let's see how much you got. Wow, we are on fire with crits today. And just in time, as I believe I have finished the deck. There we go.
Hey.
And yeah, all you guys have to do is you just mouse over the momentum and draw however much you need. And
Which I think we're at 4.
you
Well,
are
was,
indeed
was
at
the-
4. Yep.
Okay. I'll go ahead and keep track of that.
So, what you're going to notice, Klaus, is that as you look around, we'll say that your character is at least familiar with the Violet Hills, and you know that the nearest village is about 3 days travel away on foot. And what you're going to notice is in the immediate area, you're not seeing anyone like riding towards you or otherwise people you need to be aware of. But you are noticing that there are a series of impressions in the ground. And I mean things like boots, hooves, and what could be a wheeled cart. And these impressions all trail off to the east. And remember, you can spend a momentum to ask me additional questions about that.
Right. Whenever I tried to draw more momentum, it says there's no more cards in the deck, so I was only able to draw
I know what
one.
it is. Try it now.
Okay. Let's see, so I need 3 more here. Okay, there we go. We're good.
Yep.
Okay. That's all I really need to know. Actually, no, let's spend a momentum here. Because would I know the name of the village that's to the east, or would I need to spend the momentum for that?
I would say you need to spend a momentum for that.
Okay. I'll go ahead and spend that if I can remember how to do this.
You just drag it onto the map, and you then delete the token that it spawns.
Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. Nah.
Yeah. So the name of the village in question, I gotcha.
Okay.
The name of the village in question is Teba Village, Teba Village. And as you initially suspected, it is indeed about 3 days on foot away. But if you had horses or other form of mount, it would probably be about a day, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I kind of stand up. It's like, well, I may not know the 3 of you, but the nearest village is about 3 days away, so if we're going to make our way there, I guess I have to place some trust in the 3 of you. And I'll kind of extend my hand out if anyone wants to shake it. The name's Klaus.
The ginger-haired, young man's gonna like kind of pull out like what looks to be some kind of like a slightly white cane, and use it to help himself up. He's like, the name's Aldar, and he's gonna like reach his hand out to shake it.
I'll take it. Pleasure. And the 2 of you, turning to what will be your good friend Crowley and Soup.
The hermit-looking individual that's hunched over, he'll just kind of shuffle over with his staff, quickly pacing him. He'll get really up close to your face and like, you're real. Pokes the other person with the staff like, I'm awake. Hello, my name is Marty. Call me Marty.
Morty. Okay.
That's not right. It's Moriarty. Moriarty's that's right, my name, is it? Ah, damn these fungus.
Okay. And I'll turn to the very furry-looking gentleman and you.
I give a very, very suspicious looking look at the seemingly crazy Moriarty and the man who just asked me a question as well as the rest of them and respond with a very, very gruff Vant.
I think he had a bit too much grass.
That's fine. Well, seems like there's nobody else out here but us, but should we head to? You said it was named Teba Village.
Correct.
Do you think we should try to head to Teba Village on foot, or scout around here a little more and see what we can find?
Well, I would say we should probably start moving because whoever, why we're here, I don't want to know why we're here right now.
That's a fair assumption. So, unless there's any other objections, I think we should head out.
I think that's an all okay from all of us.
Yeah. All right, so you guys begin heading towards the east, being led by Klaus, or at least so I'm assuming. While you're moving, I would like to know who has the highest insight and defense.
Let's
And
see.
just as a reminder, on these sheets, it is insight engineering.
Yep. Mine is a 12.
12 insight, 0 engineering.
You should have one at least in engineering.
Oh, well, 1 in engineering.
All right. Actually, yeah, looking at your sheet, Eldar, it looks like some of your stats got erased.
Seriously? Oh, darn it.
Well, we can quickly figure out what's missing here. So you had an engineering of at least 2 because you had an armor of 2. How much does that leave? 4, 2, 3. I think your offense was a 4. Let me quickly do the math on that. So it would be 4.
Yeah, I think I made Aldor as a glass cannon.
Might be a
Hence,
5 then.
no.
Hold on. 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. Yeah, you had to have a 5 in security or offense. I knew something was off. All right, you're fixed now.
Yay.
So yeah, you would be at a 12 or no, a 14. Anybody else have higher than that?
Nope.
I do not believe so.
All right. Well then, Eldar, you're a lucky winner. If you could roll me a insight and defense roll, the difficulty here is a 2, which means you need 2 successes to succeed. I would recommend perhaps spending some momentum because you do have 3 of it.
Do I have to spend it before or after I roll?
Before the roll. You can spend it after the roll for certain effects, but to get extra die, you always have to declare it before you roll.
Aldor's a nervous guy. I'm going to spend 2.
Okay. So there's, I mean, you're about half right. So it's for the first extra die, it is 1 dice. And if you want a second die, it's 2 dice, which means a total of 3 dice.
Okay, so roll it 3 times.
Yeah, so if you click on the button, if you click on either Insight or Engineering on these sheets, it'll ask you and walk you through the process of what you want.
Is he spending momentum to get
So
extra
3d20?
Yeah,
Yeah,
3d20.
He spent 1 to get an extra 1.
Yeah, so you're still at 3, or no, you are still at 2. You got it right.
Applicable focus? Nope.
Nope. All right, so this is good for several reasons because this introduces a complication. So the good news is you do succeed and you do get that momentum right back because you rolled 3 successes, but you've also rolled a 20, which is a complication. And as I sort of say in the rule set, the complication is pretty much up to the GM. It could be as simple as something as maybe your weapon jams mid-combat as you're using a bow, or maybe you drop your weapon, or maybe your weapon shatters. For a check like this, though, it's a little bit more, shall we say, flavorful, and by that I mean, Aldar, you're scanning the horizon, you're looking for, just anything headed your way, and it's not until they're about 5 minutes away and that you notice a group of about 6 individuals that are riding towards you. They appear to be your average brigands armed with basic weaponry, and by that I mean axes and swords and just general bronze weaponry. But chief among them, what really stands out is that one of them has a vibrant pink mohawk.
What?
Well, it seems we have found the important NPC.
Guys, people are coming. I think we found the guys trying that drugged us.
Is there anywhere that we can? Are we just in hills right now, or are we in a forested area where we could take cover quickly? Or
You are literally on the color shifted Windows XP background.
alrighty.
Question.
Quick, let's hide in the recycling bin.
But could I find a place to basically hide off to the side?
I
that
would
way-
say if you wanted to get down low in the grass and attempt to hide, you could, but it would be a task. It would definitely be a task.
Damn.
Let's see here.
What about me? Is there anything about the geology of this place that we can use to our advantage?
Sure. Let's have you do a roll for it. Let's do a reason and science, and let's make it a difficulty 2 as well.
Can I use do I apply focus because I have a focus in geology?
Yeah. So if you apply that focus, just make sure you say yes during the roll. And that means that if you roll below your science score, it counts as a crit.
Roll 1d20 or 2d20?
It's always a base 2d20. All right.
Well then.
So you would know that the earth and the geology of this area, the soil is very rich. It's excellent for planting. And it might, in a pinch, prove to be a good, shall we say, pocket sand. But there's nothing about the immediate area that would, say, provide cover.
Okay, does Aldar have any bags on him, guy? Because we didn't do any inventory stuff.
Yeah, so you guys have your basic equipment and whatever was, crucial to your character. But you didn't have, say, if you had a bag that was carrying things, that's gone. If you had a mount, that's also missing. But I don't think anyone in this group had a mount.
No.
So you're very much out of sorts at the moment.
How
Okay,
far
I'm
out
go-
are they?
They are now about 3 minutes away, and they are now visible to the rest of you.
Okay.
Oh, look, it's a party.
I'm
Hello.
I'm gonna say really quick. Aldar kind of bends down a bit, looking like he's gonna check something, and then kind of grabs a handful of the soil in case anything, and hides the book and stands up.
Wait,
hand behind his back.
Does the old man actually say, "Oh, look, a party"? Hello.
Yes, yes, he
Oh,
does.
no.
I immediately grab him and pull him behind me because he is clearly insane and requires saving.
I don't even know your name yet.
I said my name was Vant, old man.
That
I'm
old man?
I'm standing right next to Vad because he's clearly the most terrifying of all of us so far.
Clearly, yeah.
I'm just going to prepare my bow. Do I have arrows on me?
You do. I'm not so mean to take away your
Okay.
arrows.
I'm just gonna notch a bow into my arrow. Arrow into my bow. Oh my god, English is hard.
Notch a
sometimes,
bow into
guys.
your arrow. New
Exactly.
thing.
I'm going to make a bow out of arrows, and then I'm
And-
going to throw the arrows at the bow.
No, it's
I'm just
you fire your bow at the enemies.
Exactly. I'm going to try maybe as soon as it gets what I would think would be close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, try and shoot the horse out from under the pink mohawk guy.
Okay. So I'm going to put us on this map a little bit ahead of time. So they're starting to get in this position, but they're not quite there yet. So as they approach you, they do start to sort of surround you and begin closing in the circle. This one here, the one that has the red circle, is the one that's the pink mohawk.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to fire the bow at Pink Mohawk Guy's horse, you can certainly do so.
All right.
So that's going to be a control and a offense. So a control and security on the sheet, and
Yep.
it is at a difficulty of 2.
All right.
And I believe you are at 3 momentum at the moment.
Yeah. Let's see. In that case, let's see. I'll just say I spend a momentum to get a third die just so I can stay at 2.
All right.
And then let's see. So let's see, control 3d20. Yep.
Wow. Just wow. So you get 3 momentum from that. And
Alrighty.
yeah, you definitely hit the horse. So go ahead and roll me some damage.
All right.
Oh, and I guess since not everyone here knows about it, if you look in Roll20 under the collection tab, there should be a box about macros, and everyone should see the challenge dice macro. If you throw that in your bar, makes rolling challenge dice or your damage dice real easy.
All right. Let's see here. I'll spend a momentum to re-roll those 2 zeros.
Okay, so it'll bring you down to 4.
Yep. All right. Oh, whoops. Hold on. There we go. Then okay. And then 2 challenge dice. Okay, so that's 5 total.
That horse is dead. It quite literally, as the arrow flies from your bow and hits the horse, it embeds in between the eyes, and immediately the horse just kind of crumples on the spot, and it causes the pink mohawk to be flung forward, and he ends up probably about there on his feet, and all the other brigands just begin laughing at him as he picks himself up.
And I just immediately put another arrow in my bow and just pointed at him.
Okay. So as he stands, and at this point they all have gotten, sort of semi surrounding you. Pink Mohawk guy kind of says, "Well, that wasn't very nice. Maybe we were just coming to say hello. You've killed my horse."
Where are you?
Hello.
My name is Hrone, and I rule these Violet Hills.
You don't look like much of a lord to me.
You killed my horse.
And I will
What?
use it to beat you alive if you do not give us answers.
Did you say Violent Hills? Because that's what they're about to make this. I just woke up with them. I'm sorry.
You're all crazy.
Harone just kind of blinks, looks around at his men, and he actually just starts laughing. And he says, "Well, these are certainly more spirited prey than we were led to believe. But let's just make this easy. If you can throw down your weapons and any valuables you might have," and he points very specifically at one Aldar. "If you can just toss your little trinkets on the ground, you can walk away from this alive."
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Excuse me.
I begin chuckling.
Excuse me. Oh, pink-haired man.
Yes, you in the back, the one that's weird.
You said we're prey, but then you want us to throw our things on the ground and then we can leave. You're not a smart hunter, are you?
Look, it's a why am I explaining my... Men, get him! And that's how we're going to start combat.
Aldar is so scared and confused.
I mean, I would...
Morty, I bloody love you.
He's
All
my
right.
favorite.
So, the way this works, the way combat works, is the players are going to get to go first here. And I need to know who has the highest daring score.
Ooh,
I
boy.
got a daring at 12.
All right,
can
well,
tell
then
you
you're
who has
going
the lowest.
first.
I have a daring
I
of a
am the
whopping
7th most
7.
daring.
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is you're going to go first. Avant's going to go first, and then it's going to be one of the brigands, and then it'll come back to the players, and we'll alternate that fashion until everybody's gone.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you're up first. What would you like to do, Avant? Also, is it Alavant, Avant, Vaunt?
I'm just telling them Vaunt, but it's actually all Avant.
All right. I probably will remember Vaunt more than anything else.
Yeah.
All right. So
But
what would you like to do?
Pink Boy is about to learn why you do not threaten a guy with an axe.
Hmm.
So move. Actually, not there. About here.
I was gonna say, so you do
That
have
way.
2 squares of movement, and you cannot move diagonally.
So I can only move, say, to here. That really does limit my options to smack people in the face.
Hmm. You can prepare an action though for them to come to you.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna move right here
Okay.
to basically make it so if Big Boy right here and right here try to get to this guy, they're gonna have to go through. They're gonna have to get into my kill range.
Right. And sure enough, this brigand here to your right is actually going to come up and attempt the very first melee attack of the game. So the way melee attacks work, it's a little bit of a departure from how it works in Star Trek Adventures. The attacker is still rolling a daring and offense, so on the sheet, a daring security. And okay, they reset the stats on that too. Well, that's annoying. Guess we'll just roll it
Thank you,
manually.
Roll20.
Yeah, I'll just roll it manually then. So let's see. He's rolling against a 10 here. All right. And what happens is that the defending character, or Vaunt here, you're going to be rolling a daring and defense. So small departure from Star Trek Adventures, but hopefully one that will work. All right, he has achieved 2 successes. So I need to see 3 successes from you, or he is hitting you.
And small question:
Mm-hmm.
do I get a focus applied to this, such as having axe combat or
I would say
battlefield
axe combat
endurance?
definitely applies, yes. I do
Ooh,
see
I see
green. Ooh, so you do have an option
So
here
close.
of spending your determination to re-roll that 0, but otherwise he will be hitting you.
I can take a hit.
Okay, so he's not rolling a whole lot of damage, but you never know, could be a lot. So how do you feel about 2 damage? What is your armor? I think your armor's what, a 2?
Yep.
Well, so his axe comes down, hits your armor, and there's a pause as you both kind of look to where the axe hit, and he just kind of pulls back very hesitantly and realizes he has done something very stupid.
I give him the rip and tear smile.
Oh, it is a good smile. All right, up next is one of the players, so which one of you would like to go next?
Who had 7 with me? Or does
I
anyone
did.
have higher? You want to go first or me?
I'll go. Sure.
Okay.
With the range on my bow, would I be able to hit Rowan from here?
Haron is too far away, so your range is 2. So you can
Okay.
hit. Let me pull out the ruler for this.
Could I hit the one
Um,
that's right by Vaunt? Or
You can hit Vaunt himself, but if you moved
uh
over a square, you could hit the one next to
oh,
Vaunt.
okay, gotcha. Okay, in that case, I will move over the 1 to get in line there.
Okay.
And see, and then extra minor actions are 1 momentum, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll spend a momentum to aim.
Okay.
If I can. Come on. Oh my god. Momentum's being stubborn. Hold on. Okay, it does not want to get on the map for some reason. Hold on. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I'll just steal
Okay.
it from you and kill it that way.
All right. So that's control and offense.
And yeah, the 2 successes are all you need, so go ahead and roll me some damage on that.
Alrighty. So let's see. That'd be 5.
All right. Would you care to spend more momentum to re-roll that 0 to add additional damage?
I'm trying to remember, adding damage is just 1 for each, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll spend 1 more and make it 6.
Okay. So let me just recall all this because apparently it wants to give me unlimited tokens for whatever reason. That's annoying. I'll figure that out later. So yeah, you do 6 damage, which is very important because these guys only have 1 armor. So that means you have done the prerequisite 5 damage in a single attack to render this person injured. Now, I do need to ask, were you being lethal or were you being some sort of incapacitating but not lethal?
Right. Just like a shot through the knee, kind of bring
Okay.
him down.
All right. Well, in that case, this brigand is, well, he took an arrow to the knee. So he is going to be incapacitated and therefore out of combat completely.
To guard duty with him.
Yep.
Let's see
Alrighty.
here. I need to
So
draw
he's
2.
down.
There we go.
And up next, it's going to be actually Haron's turn. So Haron's going to come up to Vaughn, and he's going to heft his iron axe and goes, "Well, your fur's going to be nice on my mantle." And he's gonna go ahead and see what he can roll here. The good news is he completely fails. So as long as you get 1 success, you will be hitting him back. Yeah, you do hit him back. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Wait, so actually just straight up roll a challenge die?
Well, how
Or
much
roll to
your
hit.
axe does, yes.
Let's see here.
So I have 6 on there, so guessing 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you like to spend any momentum to add additional damage or reroll those zeros?
Nah, I'm good. I'll just smack him hard.
All right. So you cleave into him, and he takes the blow. Actually, weathers it pretty well, and he's still standing by the end of it. And he just kind of
Can-
chuckles and says, "Ah, you are fighting you."
Can I snarl at him like a little bit of a threat without using momentum?
You certainly can.
I tell him I've skinned beasts more dangerous than you.
All right. He doesn't seem too perturbed, but we'll see what happens. Up next is either going to be Aldar or Morty, whichever one of you wants to go next.
I'll go last.
All right, Aldar, it's up to you then.
Okay, how far can I move?
You can move up to 2 squares.
Okay, I'm gonna. How close can I get to Haron without having to be right next to him for my attack?
Oh, right about there.
Okay. Can I attack him from here?
You can, yes.
Okay. Aldo's going to pull out his book. He's like, fumbling. Okay, dude. And with the pinky end, go! And I'm going to fire a fire tome at him.
Okay, that's going to be a control and offense, so a control and security on the sheet. And your difficulty is a 2.
Can I apply the focus because of my...
Yeah, your focus definitely applies here. All right, so you actually get a momentum, which is good.
All right.
And you are now going to roll me some damage.
Click on the 6.
Yeah,
All those next and
so if you have 6, then you're just going to click the challenge dice macro and put in 6, and it'll do the work for you. Okay. So would you like to spend a momentum which you just got to re-roll those 3 zeros?
Definitely.
Okay, go ahead then. All right, so that brings your total to 6, I believe. Yes, it does. All right, so again, I need to ask, are you being lethal? Are you being somewhat stunning? Because you are going to bring Haron down, but I need to know whether or not he's living by the end of it.
Considering Aldo not exactly, is new at this, he's being lethal, but not on purpose.
All right. So your fireball flies out from your hand and it strikes Throne in the chest. And at first, he looks down at it and begins to laugh, and then all of a sudden he bursts into literal flames. And he begins running around trying to put himself out, but he's burning to death. He's probably not longer for this world. And at this point, the other brigands are not exactly in fighting shape, but they're still going to attempt to attack a few people. So this brigand's going to move up to here. And then I'm going to spend some threat, which is the resource I have, to move a brigand. Where is he? There he is. Move him to there. And then it is Morty's turn.
Come on, Morty.
Oh wait, he's muted right now.
I'm muted, and I said some funny stuff that no one ever heard.
You're just speaking to yourself, old man. Come on.
I'm going to look at the brigand that's next to my muscly compatriot, and I'm going to raise my staff. I'm going to put my other hand and slowly glide it up and say, "By the dark gods, I smite thee." Oh, yeah. I can't click on that. What is it for me, staff?
Should just be the same as magic. So control and offense, difficulty 2.
Security, okay. I have a focus because I have staff use.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a big negative there, buddy.
I really don't like killing people.
Apparently not.
But intimidating,
You're
yes.
sentimental in your old age.
All right. So, with Morty attempting to strike the brigand with his magic, he fails, unfortunately. Which means that the remaining 2 brigands get their turns back to back. So this brigand's going to move here. This brigand's going to move there. And because you guys, the players, went first last time, it is now going to be the brigand's turn, because this is a full new round of combat. So this brigand to the south is actually going to come up to Eldar and will attempt to hit you. Now, Eldar, you are using magic, which is important because you can still use it in melee combat, but your complication range, or your crit fail range, is a 16 to 20. Now, that's not going to be handled by these sheets, so you're going to have to look at your rolls, but you're going to be rolling a daring and a defense for me, or a daring and engineering on these sheets.
Okay, then.
And I do need to see at least 2 successes from you, or he is hitting you.
Roll Darren Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I gain focus of this at all, or am I...
You're still using your fire magic, so yeah. Ooh, that's a complication. I'm going to say, because we haven't introduced this mechanic yet, and because I do want to, kind of show off the system, if you want to get rid of that complication, you can spend 2 momentum to do so.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to see what happens.
All right, so we're
Alrighty.
down to 1 momentum, I believe.
Yep.
All right.
Really, because I gained 2 back for the crits before, and then
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Oh, whoops.
I'm just gonna believe you on this.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's good, because the complication was going to be he was going to do some extra damage. So he's still going to hit you, unfortunately. But, I believe in your armor. I really believe in your armor, because even Aldar, with your, not as bulky armor as, say, Vaunt, you're fine. The axe barely even dents or even cuts into the fabric of your cloak. And,
This stuff really is magic.
yeah. So the brigand's not exactly doing well, but it's now one of the players' turn, and it can be any one of you at this point.
I would like to go.
Sure.
Go ahead.
What is this gonna back off a bit, right next to Moriarty, and just kind of do the same thing again? Aim with the pinky and fire another fire tome at it.
All right, so pink guy is already burning. He's out of combat.
No, the guy that cut him, or tried to.
Okay, so then this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. And that's going to be a control and security, or control and offense, difficulty 2. And that's all you need. So go ahead and roll me some damage. Yeah. Do you want to describe how hard he gets hit?
You know, like the spirit gun from Yu Yu Hakusho?
I am
Except
aware
with
of
the
it.
just aim with the pinky and there's a beam of fire coming out of it.
Nice. So yeah, this guy erupts into a fireball that's even greater than the one Hrone is, and he falls as a blackened and charred corpse to the ground, super dead. And at this point, the brigands are starting to realize, you know what? Mages are bad. We should kill mage. So this one's going to come up and focus on you, Aldar, because to them, you're the worst target at the moment. So let's see how well they do. Well, I need to see 2 successes from you, or they are going to hit you. I see 2 successes. All right. I said 2 successes. It needs to technically be 3, but since I said 2, we're going to stick with what I said. So you're fine. You dodge out of the way just in time. And you do get a counterattack, so go ahead and roll me your damage. All right, so you hit him with a little bit of a fireball. It still damages him, but it doesn't render him out of the fight like so many others have.
Just flick a little bit of flame at him.
Yeah, something like that. All right, up next is any one of the remaining players.
All right.
Can I go?
If you want to go ahead. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna try taking out that brigand. Let me move my character. I'm gonna try smacking that guy upside the head.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
And he will get an extra, I think it's 2 challenge dice on that attack because of my talent. I have
Which
a
talent
attack
do you have?
tactic.
Yeah, then he gets 2 extra challenge dice on his damage. Has to hit first, though.
Oh, that's a lot
Well,
of green.
with that many green.
That's a hit.
Yeah, I'm not even going to roll for him. You hit. Well,
So
I guess I do need to
that's-
roll for momentum purposes.
Yeah.
Wow. So
we
you
get
3 momentum.
Ooh.
And you get an extra 2 challenge dice on what you already roll.
Yeah.
Ow.
Were you being lethal? Were you not being lethal?
There is only one speed for Vaunt, and that is lethality.
All right. How would you like to cut him down?
Let's go with the good old. I'm about to swing at him. I stop, point at something behind him. Right when he turns around, I axe him in the back of the head.
Oh.
Might say he has quite a headache from that.
Oh, boo.
It was there. I had to go for it.
Fair.
Such a splitting headache.
A splitting migraine.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, there's only 2 brigands up, and the one that hasn't acted yet. He just kind of sees the change in the wind. And he goes, "Screw this! I'm out." And he starts running for his horse.
Is Haran still on fire and running around screaming?
He is. Yes.
I want to heal him.
You want to heal him? Okay.
What?
Moriarty says, I'm going to heal you so you may keep burning.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
What is wrong with you?
I was actually going to do
so
something.
quickly.
Well, when he does that thing, I'm actually going to go ahead. Well, wait, who's up? Are we technically
Well, it is one of the players' turns, so
And I want to heal him.
Morty, all right. So you're going to be doing a control and a medicine at a difficulty of 2. And as long as you get 2 successes, you can definitely heal him.
I have a focus of restorative magic in emergency medicine.
That would all apply, yes.
By my goddess, may you be healed, so you may suffer.
Oh god. All right, that's 2 successes. You now can heal. I believe you have a total of 6 healing. So yeah, go ahead and roll me 6 challenge die. All right. So he will be healed 4 health, which isn't enough to uninjure him. So he's still running around on fire, but narratively, he just kind of heals a little bit and he screams louder.
I was just gonna look over. You're like,
Um,
what is wrong with you, old man?
I haven't had my coffee yet.
Oh Lord. Like Star Trek Adventures, can we spend 2 momentum to retain the initiative?
You don't need to. You are actually going to go next because there's not enough brigands to go at this point.
Gotcha. So in that case, I'm going to move over here,
Okay.
and then let's see, spend a momentum to get an extra minor action to aim,
Okay.
and then I'll take a shot at the brigand that's running away.
Alrighty, go for it.
So control security 2d20. Yes.
All right, you get that momentum right back and go ahead and roll me some damage.
All right. I'll go ahead and draw a card here. Let's go ahead and spend 2 momentum to make that 6.
All right. Are you gonna kill him or are you gonna leave him standing?
We're gonna kill him. Just like his back is to me, right?
Yep.
Just through the back of the neck and out the front.
All right, he's dead. And as we come around to round number 3, it is going to be any one of you players' turn, and there's only the one brigand that's still standing.
I heal him again.
Can I?
No, there's
punch
the other one
brigand
that's in
the
front of me
face?
that tried to kill me.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. Is that this one is the only one that's left?
I'm gonna move and I'm gonna give him a nice little accent.
Alrighty, go for it.
Do it.
Do it.
Kill him now.
I am the Senate.
Moriarty's just the emperor, just gone senile.
All right. Well, as long as you roll at least 1 success here, that's all you need. You roll 2, which is gets you a momentum. And yeah, go ahead and roll me some challenge die. Yeah, he's dead. How dead is he?
He's very dead because right when I walk up to him, I say, "I want to ask you a question," as I go for the swing up into his chin.
Alrighty. He too has been slain. And we
I'm
now
sorry, I
end
have to
combat.
Can I
as
burn?
you
Can I
see-
burn him? Can I burn that guy?
I mean,
Just afterwards.
you certainly can. But at this point, the only living individual, wounded as he is this one here. And I'm going to mark him with a green circle.
I thought the pink mohawk was still alive.
Oh,
running around
no.
in
He just got healed enough to burn longer. But at
Oh,
the end of
God.
combat, he's dead on the ground.
Oh, can I heal him before he dies?
No, unfortunately not. You healed him once.
Murray's going to talk to the Mr. Green Circle.
All right. Well, Mr. Green Circle's like, whoa. Look, I needed money. It was good pay. I will do whatever you want. Just don't do that to me. And he points at home.
I pick him up by the front of his shirt. Oh, we can do a lot worse. He got off very lightly.
I'm gonna
Tell
point
me.
I'm gonna point my pinky at him and just say, all I have to do is say a word.
Tell me, ruffian, I can grow a sprout within your stomach that will erupt from your mouth in a matter of moments. Do not dare to lie to us. You
Look, creepy
tell
old
us what
man.
you know.
I don't want to do any of that. Well, what do you want to know? I'm an open freaking book.
Tell her everything, and I'll just go find a little blade of grass to start chewing on.
Okay, he just kind of looks around like, But you can ask
Where
questions.
are you from?
I'm from Teba Village, sir. Just thought I'd make more money doing this than tending fields. Apparently, it was a very bad idea.
Very, very shortening to you and your friends' lifespans.
Yes, I
But
agree completely.
were
Murder is
you
a
part of an incident with? Were you part of an incident with? What was it? What was that grass stuff again?
Sleepweed.
Sleepweed.
No, that wasn't us, but I do know the guy who did do it. I think
Who?
his name is Nasul, and he's a frequent of the Rusty Bucket. Back at Teba Village, he was gloating about some poor saps he slipped some sleepweed in. I guess that's you folks, cause we came out here looking for him.
Did he tell you why?
Honestly, I don't know, but knowing Nasul, he's kind of a dick. He probably just did it because he could.
He also sounds like a fool. Get it, my new friends? The
I
fool?
don't,
The
but
fool?
I'll take your word for it, old man.
You better laugh.
Ah,
Laugh.
ah,
Don't worry, I won't let him hurt you yet.
Mm.
ah.
I just gotta show him some seeds. Oh, yes.
This
Yes.
guy is
can, I,
like,
can I use? Can I roll to see what those seeds are?
you certainly can. It's gonna be a reason and science with botany focus if you've got it.
I got foraging and survival. Can I use one of those?
Sure. Alrighty,
Hey.
so you're gonna get 2 momentum from that, and yeah, these are simple seeds, but if given enough care and or magic, they could be a sprouting tree in a matter of moments.
He's not lying.
And while Vaughn is holding up, I'm just gonna lean down a bit. It's like, gonna need this back, and I'll pull the arrow out of his knee.
Yep, go ahead, take it. Didn't want that chunk of flesh anyway.
I'm gonna
Somebody
I'm gonna
wrap his
point my
leg.
pinky at where the open wound is. I can
Oh,
cauterize
God.
it for you.
No, that's okay. Look, do you want to know anything else? Because if not, I am happy to get on my horse and never ever do this again, ever.
Oh,
Oh,
you won't be
you're
taking
good.
your horse. The 4 of us will be
There-
taking the ones that are left.
There are enough horses for us and him. There's no reason to
I
leave a
killed
wounded
one.
man laying on the battlefield.
Like, is
That
there
was
how
a-
many brigands?
There's 5 horses.
I killed one of the horses.
There's 6 brigands.
Oh wait, there were 6. Oh yeah, I
Including
can.
your own,
I
yes.
can count. I
You,
can.
you
count.
can have
I-
one of them. We're not gonna be that mean, right, guys?
I'm gonna
Warrior.
put him down and actually see if I can fix up his leg a little bit so he doesn't just bleed out, because
Okay.
leg wounds actually bleed a lot.
Go ahead and roll a reason medicine or a control.
Can I help with
medicine.
that? Because I have staff.
Well, yeah. So there's
Actually,
2 ways we can
who
do
has
this.
better? Who has a better reason control? Because I am terrible at reason and control.
Control 12. Medicine 5.
Medicine.
I'll go with the guy who had 12 mess and 5.
Yeah. So this will be the way it works. If you heal him with a staff, then he'll be able to walk on it no problem, and that will be a control medicine. And since you're not in combat, that would be a difficulty 1. If you don't have a staff and you want to heal him using your own sort of emergency or field medicine, that's going to be a daring medicine at difficulty 1, and will probably just be like splinting his leg or something.
I'll actually assist someone if I can do the daring medicine,
Sure.
because I have daring 12 medicine too.
Right.
Is
so-
Moriarty still eating grass?
Yep.
I'll do it since he's busy.
Alrighty, go for it. So it's going to be a control medicine for you, difficulty 1. And 1's all you need. So go ahead and roll me your heal, which for
I
you,
am
I
actually-
believe is 4 challenge die. All right, so he heals 4 health points or stress damage. And he
I'm
goes,
gonna. What I'm
Go-
gonna do is basically I'm gonna do is what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna take my crystal white cane and just kind of smack it against his wound, and it's just gonna heal.
yeah. So he winces in pain and goes, hey, that feels a lot better. And he tests it out gingerly. Thanks.
Now go before I change my mind.
And guy looks to
We can
Vaughn
easily
to put him
reverse
down.
what we just did.
I believe you, man. Just you see that horse? You put me on it, I'm gone.
Moriarty
I
will
can't
walk up to
carry
him.
you.
Moriarty will walk up to him and just poke him with his staff and like, come, lean, down.
And he does, as long as Vaunt lets him.
Oh, I let him.
You're going to want to look for bushes that have blueberries on them with darker leaves. The red leaves will kill you.
Poison berry, yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Good. And if you eat those, you'll die. And you seem like a fine, strapping man. You can change your life around. I'm just messing. Here, have a mushroom.
Thank you.
Before, as he's handing
I
over, can
whisper-
I tell if it's poisonous?
Same here. I want to roll that too.
Roll me
I'm
a,
actually going to do that too.
Everybody can roll me a insight medicine at difficulty 2.
And would
I'm gonna
survival
spend
get us a
momentum
focus?
Survival, foraging, botany, survival.
Would you count healthy paranoia here?
Sure.
Okay.
We're all just do not trust Moriarty.
We're like, nope, he's evil.
All right. So everyone but Klaus. You look at that mushroom, and Moriarty. Is it a poisonous mushroom?
Nope. It's a ration mushroom. It's seasoned and prepared. It's going to give him at least some food so he can nibble on and get back to another town.
There you go. That's what you see.
Okay.
There's just a deep sigh of relief, like, ugh.
I do not want to be accomplice to murder that is outside self-defense.
So the
You're a good kid.
brigand reaches out, takes the mushroom, and he says, thanks, old man.
I'm going to call you Junior.
Sure. I'm gonna go now. And he starts inching away towards the horse.
Bye, Junior.
Unless anyone
Drop your
stops
weapons
him.
before you go.
Say that again?
I'm pointing to Pink. Drop your weapons before you go.
Oh, yeah, he throws down his axe, and he bolts for the horse unarmed. And unless anyone does anything, as soon as he gets on that horse, he just kicks it, and they start riding off to the west.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to turn these into some nice little things, and I just want to use my magic to help accelerate decomposition.
Okay.
What the hell did we just do?
Mutter something bloody magic.
We attacked without asking questions first. I had to be mean, and you let me give away my
Why?
last mushroom.
Why did you literally make sure that man could burn longer?
Well, I tried to heal him through it, and maybe he would be smart enough to roll around to put the fire out. But he was a dumbass.
You're
Yeah.
expecting intelligence from someone who has a pink mohawk.
Look, I'm going to be planting a dumbass tree in a second here. Do you want to help? I'm going to put a
I
seed up.
begrudgingly help dig out a bit of soil for him to plant the tree.
And I put-
No, not just a tree, a dumbass tree. We have to be very clear about this.
The leaves of the tree are going to form a nice round buttock.
I'm going
Alder's
to
going to just kind of drop to the ground, open up his book, and start like reading through it, trying to figure out how to make do fire magic that doesn't murder people instantly.
Yeah, this is a whole thing. All said and done, though, you clean up the battlefield, and unfortunately, because Hrone died in a fiery death, his axe is useless. It was an iron axe, though, so unfortunately, you kind of burned it away. If you want, you can scrounge 2 bronze axes, but I don't
Question.
know. Yeah, I might have an answer. Go ahead.
Is the axe head still usable?
I would say it is. It would make sense for the metal bit to still be usable.
You know, we could take one of the bronze axes, remove the head, and insert the iron axe head on it, right?
It would just take some time and some check, but yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do that.
Woohoo, scavenging! Take that axe head.
Now, I know
I
you
would-
mentioned that we don't have our mounts or anything like that there, but I imagine I have like my little trinket items, like my fluff items, like maggots and.
Yeah, the guy who did this to you wasn't gonna take anything that wasn't obvious. Like, it's a miracle that Aldar has the jewelry on him that he does.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Cough. It's all fake. Cough.
Deal with the bodies, put the little seeds, one in each of them, put some dirt over them, and do a couple of prayers and whatever. Okay, so am I a cleric or am I a druid? I feel like I'm more like a druid right now.
I mean, Fire Emblem, it kind of goes one way or the other. I mean, it can go both ways.
So like I'm doing like a little chance to let the soil reclaim the bodies a little easier.
All right. So, once that has all been set up, you have 4 horses, which you could now use to ride towards Teba Village.
Question for you young whippersnappers. I'm old. I don't know how to handle a horse too well at my age, so which one of you will let me ride with you?
Not it.
Decline!
Well, I guess I'm stuck with him.
Do you like potpourri?
I'm not sure what it is, but I'm also not sure I want to find out.
Pulls out a pipe and starts smoking.
Okay then.
All right. So, you guys get on. Well, my question is, what are you going to do with the extra horse?
Oh, yeah, we do have an extra horse. That's a thing.
Are you going to bring it with you? Are you going to just let it run free?
Aldar would vote for letting it run free.
I set it on fire. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll just give the horse a quick smack on the rear and let it run.
All right.
Aldar's only an accidental arsonist, okay?
So,
make sure to take off the gear so it doesn't get caught on anything and then die a needless death.
Nope, it's already off.
Too
It's
late.
running away. It's already running.
Animals like these know how to get those things off of them.
It has a bit in its mouth. I don't think it does. It doesn't have the dexterous thumbs to do that.
In the
They'll
distance,
run
you
to
hear a
town,
horse
most
whinny
likely.
as it falls down somewhere, gets caught on a. We're not going to go into it. Case in point, the horse is gone. That's what.
Can I see where that horse is? So I can run and fix it.
No, it's all right. So the horse is gone. You guys get on horseback, and I'm assuming you head to Teba Village.
Yeah.
You get probably the rest of the day towards Teba Village, but it is starting to get to the nighttime, meaning that it is about this time that you'll need to stop, make camp, take rest, unless you literally want to ride through the night without any kind of lantern or really any way of telling where you're heading.
Can I assist in directions since I have survival?
You can, but if you are traveling through the night, I would say it's a base difficulty of a 4.
Oh.
So it is recommended that you stop for the night.
Young man.
What's the geography or geology like around here? Is there any kind of like outcropping that would be safer, or?
Yeah, I would say at this point you're starting to get past the main part of the plains, and you're starting to get to where there's rocky juttings out of the ground that might form a sort of a lean-to. There's also some sparse forestry. Nothing that you would really call a forest, but maybe an assemblage of a few trees in a group.
Right.
Things of that nature.
Okay.
And interestingly, even the trees have the violet color to them.
Is it as vibrant as the grass we started in, or is it like since we were a little further out, it's gotten darker? Or
I would say that the farther you get out, the more natural colors it starts to do. So it's sort of like a fading hue back to
Right.
normalcy.
Okay. I'll just kind of point out one of the lean-tos and be like, that'll probably be our safest position there.
Can I roll survival to see like what's the best place for us to set camp?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a. Let's do an insight and let's make it a science or a defense, and the difficulty will be a 1.
Can I assist?
You certainly can.
What does assisting me do?
So assisting means that the assisting person gets to roll 1d20, and it's basically an extra potential success. Or in this case, an extra 2 successes, so you get 2 momentum.
And we are capped out.
Yep. All right. So the good news is that when you look around, Aldar, this sort of rocky outcropping, it should be big enough if it starts to rain to cover all of you. Might not cover the horses, but you think it'll keep you dry, or at least some, percentage dry.
Okay. Excuse me 1 second.
Sure.
We could set camp there. Yes.
As I pointed out earlier, old man, but thank you for confirming.
Well, it's always good to have a second opinion, especially with the medicines.
Well, that'll be useful later, for sure.
Is there is there a moon in the sky, or is there clouds?
At this point, the sky overhead has turned to stars, and there's nary a cloud in sight. The moon that is overhead is vibrant and is not quite full, but it is waning.
Oh, moon goddess, please keep an eye on us as we slumber beneath you. Keep us safe, keep us warm, and most of all, keep the predators away, especially from the young ones. I am old enough that most monsters don't want to chew on mostly bone.
I kind of just raised an eyebrow to that.
Yeah, Aldo's gonna raise an eyebrow too. Also, what did I miss that we set up like to get a campfire and food going?
Yeah, I'll say for sake of argument, you're able to get a campfire going from some of the trees that are nearby. You're able to get a few branches, a bit of wood to get something going.
Pinky fire.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just curious as to who's going to be on watch.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I'll take second.
All right.
I'll join in halfway in between.
Cool. All right. So those of you on watch, if you guys could roll me a insight and a con, please. Difficulty 2.
All right.
Are we all rolling full dice or assisted dice?
Since it's going to be them 2 primary, you're going to be assisting Morty.
Survival?
Yep.
At least it's not a fail.
Yeah.
Would healthy paranoia be work here?
Yeah, it would definitely help you there.
All right.
All right. So, Klaus, during your time at watch, you a little bit jumpy, just kind of watching all around you, but either because you miss it or because there is literally nothing there, nothing bothers you during your shift. And when Aldar wakes up and takes over, Aldar, you look around and not seeing anything, just kind of out in the middle of the wilderness, having a good campfire.
Alrighty then.
And yeah. Come the morning, you all awake, completely fine. You have achieved well rest, And yeah, you're able to keep on riding if you so wish.
I'm just going, before we leave, just quickly stamp out our campfire and just try to make sure that there's no signs that we were here, just in case we have some of those brigands' friends possibly chasing us.
Okay, noted.
Possibly their friends and family.
Yeah, you know. It's fine.
I'll say a little prayer to Mila for the protection and the watch of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then hop on Aldar's horse.
Okay.
No,
Hello!
no, off.
You'll be fine. He didn't kill
I
me.
can
He
barely
won't
have
kill
this
you.
thing on my own.
Oh, I'm a lightweight. I'm like a feather on a feather.
Which weighs it down.
Well, somehow, you guys make it to Teba Village. And as you sort of crest a hill, the village itself is a series of buildings that are nestled in a nearby valley. They're mainly made of stone and wood, about 10 structures in all, and none of them are bigger than about 6 stories. Surrounding this little hamlet is well-cared farmland, and a sort of main road weaves through the village that runs the border of the Violet Hills. And I think those of you that are a little bit more knowledgeable of the group would know that this road is what turns this unremarkable farm town into a popular destination for travelers. And you're now here.
Finally, I can get away from these people.
Civilization.
I was gonna fall off his horse and just hit the ground.
Huh.
So we need to find what's that guy's name?
Narvel, because it rhymes with the fool.
Nasul.
The fool, yes, thank you, the voice in my head.
The fool. Okay.
Soul. Okay. Is there any, from where we are right now, is there any place that looks like it would pretty obviously be a tavern, like sticking out like a sore thumb, or?
Oh, yeah. You look, and there is quite literally a rusty bucket hanging above a sign that reads "Inn" in big bold letters.
Alrighty.
You think the man that made that sign died of tetanus?
Well, he's not
Maybe.
here to he's not here to tell that or not now, is he?
Guess he's dead.
Van? Was it? Like, what's your name again, dude?
Vant.
Want to help me get a
There-
place to park, like, put these horses away?
Just gonna mention my character looks very, very not happy that he's now in town with people.
Hmm.
They were
Okay,
worried.
never mind then.
And just looking around like, who's gonna jump me from where?
Hmm.
Well, if we can get away from people and put these horses away, then we can, see if anyone's going to hurt you. Right?
It's
He
not
just has like
if,
this
it's a
nervous grin on
when.
his face.
It's never an if, it's a when.
Well, I can help with that, and let's hold up my pinky finger.
Can that pinky finger stop an axe?
Well, it did this stopped it early. I'm just gonna play with my the robe I'm wearing, but this stopped the person in its tracks twice.
Those guys were terrible at their jobs. I just kind of grab a few horses and start walking them towards, I don't know, someplace that looks like there's a couple other horses.
All right. Yeah, there's
Like
some
a
sort of-
stable.
Yeah, some sort of stable or communal water trough for the horses.
I'm gonna help him put the horses away, leaving, Moriarty alone with the other guy.
Yeah, Well,
Hello.
I'll turn to Morty and kind of like point my thumb towards the door of the inn. Shall we? Or should we wait for them?
Let's have an adventure on our own and see what mischief we can get into.
Alrighty then. And I'll just kind of like not slamming the door open, but kind of like enough to maybe get notice, he and I will walk in.
All right. So you walk into inn, and the very first thing that you notice is that it is actually a very quaint little inn. It has a roaring fire in the hearth. It has a variety of tables and chairs, and looks very homely. But what really catches your eye is the tough-looking woman that's behind the bar. The barkeep looks like she could probably wrestle a bear barehanded. She is, to put it bluntly, stacked. And as you come in, you see that there's maybe yourselves, her, and a guy that is still sleeping off his drink from the night before. And she just kind of looks over at you and says, "Well, hello there. How may I help you?"
Hello,
Oh.
we were looking for a friend of ours that we've heard frequents this tavern here. Is there often is Nasoon here?
You mean Nasul?
Yeah, Nasul. My apologies.
Well, can either buy a drink or otherwise make it worth my while.
Moriarty's going to start giggling as he gets close to the fireplace.
Okay.
Morty, don't.
I'll turn around and hold a little piece of twig that's on fire. Like, look, it's that brute running away. I'm just going to wave it in the air as it burns out.
Don't mind him. He's, for lack of a better way of putting it, touched, I think might be the right term.
That would be the word I would use, yes.
I'm just going to giggle around.
Oh, wait, I don't have any coin on me, do I?
I would say you could have gotten maybe the equivalent of a silver piece off the brigands. There would have been some sort of paltry sum on them.
Well, in that case, give me a drink and maybe we'll swap some stories.
Right. Let me do that. And, she starts rummaging around, comes up with a tankard, fills it full of ale, and she says, "Well, my name's Sylv, and I only got one rule around here. No fighting. If you're going to fight, you take it outside. And if you don't want to listen to me, I make you listen. But more to the point, your friend," and she uses air quotes, "Nasul, kind of a dick. Comes in about every couple of days and gets nearly blackout drunk. I've thrown him at him here more than once. And judging by the moon of last night, he'll be in here again tonight if you want to wait around for him."
Interesting. Now, when he drinks a little bit too much, does he tend to cause physical fights, or does he just talk smack and hope he gets a reaction?
She kind of points to the fire and says, "He starts throwing around a little bit of that."
So he's a magic user then.
Yep.
Have you had to repair this place at all because of what he's done?
I've made him pay for a few repairs, yes.
Moriarty's going to stop and look at Klaus like, you're not a good friend if you don't know him too well.
Well, I've only met him a couple of times. I can't really say I call him a friend. It's more of a, well, friend's just what I use.
Oh.
Would it be at this point that me and him?
Yeah,
would
at this
come
point,
back?
you two could come in.
Vaughn to Aldar. These are two of the other people that are in this little group that I guess you could say I'm somewhat in charge of. And this is just me kind of like laying it on thick. Like,
Right.
Moriarty's just like really confused, like, what?
Yes, he is the leader. Have you found our compatriot yet? And I'm like, not sure, like how it's like winking at him, like very obviously like fake winking, like wink, wink, but like blinking.
Right.
Gentlemen.
well, from
Gentlemen.
yes, go ahead.
I was just going to tell them that she has 3 rules. Don't fight. If you fight, fight outside and listen to her.
Well, this fine individual I've been talking to said he actually should be in tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes, finally I can tell him exactly what I've needed to tell him for a couple of hours.
And now, let's tell him after we ask him questions, okay?
We should tell him outside, or we're going to break a rule.
No, what was the lady's name again?
Sylv. Sylv.
SYLV. Okay. Now, Silva, has there been any instances of him drugging anybody?
She kind of thinks for a moment and says, yeah, he was boasting about a few folks he drugged the other day.
Really?
Really?
Interesting.
I mean, have I mentioned that he's a dick? Because if not, let me just reiterate, he's kind of a dick.
Well, I understand that. I just figured what we've heard about him in my encounters with him, he just seems more the type to burn things and people than drugging them, apparently.
Klaus, can you come here for a second?
Of course. And I kind of walk over. What?
He's drugged more people than us?
Yeah, well,
This is awful.
Hushed conversation. Well, if we need to meet him outside, or maybe we can wait for him outside of town and not exactly kill him, but make sure he doesn't do it again.
Oh. Very well. He pulls off another mushroom from his staff and starts to eat it.
As going on, I'm gonna like Aldor raises his eyebrow like at the burning thing, like burning. How does he burn things?
From what she told me, it seems to be about the same kind of abilities that you have.
I'm gonna pull out my spell book. He has anything like this?
And I kind of just turn and look at Sylv and see her reaction.
Yeah, he's got something similar.
Interesting. I'm gonna put it back away. I'm like, I would like to talk to him before we teach him a lesson. Talk to him, explain things in a very aggressive fashion.
No, you know my rules. If you're going to be aggressive, you do it outside.
Of course, Silva.
Of course.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for that rule, as long as we don't damage anything inside the store, we're allowed to drag him out, correct?
Nope, he's got to leave on his own 2 feet. That's my rule. You come in here, got no violence afforded to you, or no violence afforded by you. And she sort of sizes you up. Even you. I'll throw you out if I have to.
I bet my money on the bar owner. I have no money.
I'll second that.
So right about now, as the mid-conversation, you hear the door open, and you all turn to look, and you see a very rotund-looking man. He's very portly. And he kind of looks around, and he kind of says, Sylv, get me a round of... He pauses, looks at the 4 of you, and says, oh, shit, and he turns and just starts running.
I charge after
The
him
pinky, I'm going to...
immediately.
As he's charging, I'm going to aim my pinky out, and the moment he passes the door threshold, I'm burning him with fire.
Oh, God.
So that technically would be inside the inn.
Yeah, that's
Let me
what.
reiterate
That's
Sylv's rule.
Oh, it's kind of inside the inn. Fuck, never mind.
I'm going
going
to charge at him and tackle him
Alright.
as he leaves the door.
Yeah, cancel the fire thing.
Okay.
Because he's going to be, either way, Vaughn would be in the way.
I'm going to bolt out the door, and then, while Vaughn is chasing him, just have an arrow ready, just in case I need to try and stop him.
Okay, Vaunt, if you could roll me a fitness and offense, please. Difficulty 2.
And would I get a focus on this?
What would the focus should be applying?
I'd run battlefield endurance, just really, really good at keeping my stamina up as I run.
Sure.
Or unorthodox tactics, because the intention I'm going to do right when I tackle him is going to be a bit unorthodox.
Sure, I'll let either happen. But I will spend some threat. I'm going to make this a difficulty 4.
Oh boy. Oh boy. How much momentum do we have?
We are capped at 6.
Yeah, you do have 6 at the moment.
Mind if I get 2 more dice?
Yeah, sure. So that'll be 3 momentum, correct?
Yep.
All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Ooh.
I see.
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
All right, so,
So we get
I'm going
2?
to put us on this screen and let me just move some tokens around here. But Vaughn, you end up tackling.
Wait, is he an admirer of beauty?
Yes. You ended up tackling him there, and then you 3 are
I'd be,
about
like,
there. Yeah.
Here.
As I tackle him, can I bite into his shoulder?
Oh, God.
No, but you can make a melee attack against him.
Oh boy. Let's see if he can live.
Get me in the nose, Rocky.
Just want to clarify,
Yeah,
the
what's up?
momentum we gain is only in one pool. Each individual person does not have their own momentum pool.
Correct. All right. Let's see. I believe, yeah, tie goes to the player. So yeah, you are able to hit him.
Would my attack tactics still apply here?
I'm gonna say no because this is you running up to the scene.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
All right.
Not that great though.
So, you bite into him, and he kind of goes, "Oh, what the hell? Go away! Look, I didn't mean to." And it's at this point that he sees the rest of you run up from behind, and we are going to sort of start combat here. But he says, "All right, fine. You want to settle it this way? We'll settle it this way." And it is going to be Nasul's turn first. And Nasul, since you're right there, Vaughn, he's going to fireball you. So let's see how well he does. Is that enough? That is for him, but that's only 1 success. So yeah, he fires off a fireball and completely misses you, or you're able to dodge out of the way in time. And I'm going to spend some more threat to let him try again.
All right.
This time
All right,
he will
that
hit
hits.
you, though. And he's going to do how much damage? 3d6? Vicious 1? Sure. Good news, he only does 2 damage to you, which I don't even think gets past your resistance.
No, it does not, because I have 2 and 2, and I kind of wish I took that damage because I have advantage as talent ends just not going off.
So yeah, a fireball, he shoots off 2 fireballs. The first one goes wide, the second one hits you squarely and does nothing. And it is
just the
now...
smoke billows past him. He's just like, oh.
Yeah, he's just like, oh dear. And yeah, it is now the player's turn, whichever one of you wants to go.
Axe! Axe!
Alrighty.
All right, we're gonna ask him a question.
Now attack tactics is going to apply here.
Yeah, now attack dex. Well, that's a
Now I
green.
slam him.
No, he only gets the 2 successes. So yeah, you hit him and gain a momentum.
Wee.
All right, very
Oh,
important
God.
question here. Are you being lethal or are you not being lethal?
I'm not lethaling him. I want to do a few more things to him.
All right. Well, describe how you injure him then, because we are out of combat.
I don't take the axe blade. I take the back of the axe and swing it into the side of his knee.
Okay. Which breaks the kneecap, sends him to the ground. Screaming in pain, I should imagine. But he is down.
I'm going to walk up to Nasil and take his spell book.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Go ahead.
Marty, you go.
I'm just gonna walk up and say something to him.
Okay.
If she holds your leg like that while I heal you, it'll never heal correctly. That's all I say.
Okay.
Wait, are we the evil party?
He drugged us!
I know, but we seem to actually be going the full lawful evil party.
Oh, it's fine.
Lawful evil, but still, he drugged us.
I'd say we're more the chaotic neutral at this point.
Well, as he starts to get his breath underneath him, he says, "Look, you are easy marks. You were right there. I had to do it."
Question.
It seems like you were just
You
as
think
easy of
we're
a mark
easy
for
marks
us.
now?
Ah, no, you don't look like easy mark. And he goes like he was already pretty white in the face, but he turns even whiter as he looks past you. And if any of you look, you don't see anything, but he looks like he's seeing something very, very bad. And he starts stammering, goes, no, please, I did what you asked. No, stay away, stay away. And even with his broken leg, he tries to, shuffle away towards where Eldar is. And Eldar, unless you let him go, he just kind of hits against you and starts putting his hands up in front of him and goes, no, ah! And you see before you that his entire body, it looks like someone is sucking the water out of a raisin. And his body just begins to shrivel and decompose and otherwise fall into a pile
First of all, I would
bones.
actually let him pass just to
Okay.
watch.
Well, he
And
gets maybe
once he
about
starts
another.
suck,
He gets maybe about another 15 feet before this all happens.
well, once he starts sucking up, I'm going to attempt to heal over it
Oh
with my
God!
staff. I'm going to try once to see if I can stop it from happening, and if it's clearly not working, I'm going to just stop.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll your challenge die here, and I'll let you know.
Can I assist?
Sure. Okay. I would say that with your two heals combined, you keep him up for a little bit longer, so he does say something very important. He says, Grima, I did everything you wanted. Please, no! And then he's dead.
Do I recognize that name?
You being a man of learning, I would think you would recognize it, yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Would me of a man the land?
Sure, why not? I think probably then the only person who doesn't is Vaunt.
Who the hell is that?
Better
well,
off that we hopefully never have to encounter her. I think it's a her.
Is that what I think it is? You know, the...
But she did what she wanted, which was drugging us? What's going on?
Well, as you all try to figure out what's going on, that's where we're going to end the little playtest. So,
Oh, God.
I'd like to get a little bit of feedback from you guys. What did you like? What did you not like? What worked? What didn't work? And I guess we'll just start with the top and we'll go down. So, Crowley or Shizno, did you have any feedback for me?
Oh, I think the combat system need to be tweaked a bit because no one got hit, or hurt, I should say. So I think maybe the enemies need to be a little harder hitting.
Okay.
Nothing to like murder, but yeah, I think the system here would benefit from maybe a higher dice roll for injuries.
Okay.
I could mention the same thing because I could see someone to directly counter just all physical type enemies, just stack armor to an unreasonable degree, and then all you could do is throw magic damage at them. But at that point, then they have their allies taking up for it and dealing with the magic people while they're just this invincible wall. So unless you have something that will pierce armor.
Well, there are weapons that pierce armor. You just didn't have access to them in this little playtest.
If I could add something else.
Sure.
If healing does become a thing, like doing heals, I think having unlimited heals is a little broken.
Okay.
So a set number of healings per battle, I guess, so they can refresh on a short rest.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe kind of like in Fire Emblem, maybe give them a durability of some sort. If that's easy enough for you.
I mean, it's something I could do, but I'm hesitant to do it because once you start adding durability into items, it starts to get really, shall we say, technical, and I'd like to keep things as simple as possible.
Yeah,
Right.
what I would say personally,
Mm-hmm.
as I agree that harder hitting enemies,
Mm-hmm.
and possibly I'm not sure how far you want to homebrew stuff with the Star Trek battle system,
Right.
but if you want to make things difficult, like Fire Emblem, not impose the murder aspect of it. Obviously death is going to happen eventually, and everything like that.
Right.
But if you can have something like death saving throws, maybe like injuries, like in the Pokemon tabletop stuff,
Mm-hmm.
where like you can either have the character go down, or if you want to be like a character fan, like maybe like have them like lose something, kind of like the critical fail, like your weapon can be destroyed.
Right.
And I agree, having a durability would be good because it's a Fire Emblem thing. You have to have durability in some aspect, but maybe like only for certain items, like the staffs and magic stuff. But have them recharge on a short rest or a
Okay.
long
Actually,
rest.
I had a little idea.
Okay.
Encounter durability. Encounter durability, so you can take like 3 or 4 hits before your armor buffer is gone.
It's not a bad idea. All
Like,
right.
it kind of gives us a reason to like not just take the fight and keep fighting, but to also like, oh, we need to fall back. We have no one with armor right now.
Okay. All right.
Other
Got
than
that
that, I had
written
fun. I really like Moriarty.
down. Yeah, he's a fun
I,
character.
I like this campaign. If we can actually continue it, I would like to see where this goes, and you can add stuff and change stuff along the way.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this before we start talking about that. Any other feedback that people want to chip in as I got my notes here?
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear you properly.
Just any bits of other feedback that people have.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have just about the same stuff that other people were saying. So
Okay.
Yeah, I would only say like, the enemy, like again I have to repeat, the enemies need to hit harder. I like the roll system. Actually, I really want to try the Star Trek one now because I'm interested in how the rolls work there too.
It's
But yeah,
very,
like
very similar.
I like the player standing in terms of the combat stuff, but enemies do, should be hitting a bit harder, especially in the, early levels, because they need to infect, the whole. Yeah, you guys are on the lower level here.
Right. Okay. Alrighty. Well, since that's the end of the feedback, this is where I'm going to end the recording. But to anyone who is watching live, thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye bye.